Before we get into today's video, guys, I would like to mention Bluestacks 10, which is a great app to actually mod Epic 7 and your other supported mobile games. It is the best emulator on the market, the smoothest, and actually with this new feature to mod your games, it is by far the best emulator on the market. As you can see, we can actually put any GIF that is preloaded or actually upload our own. I'm going to use this preloaded one of Shaq dancing in his hat. And you can see that it uploads very quickly, and you can even resize it and move it around. Now whenever I win, I'll see Shaq pop up on my screen and dancing around. And now also we can check out our defeats, we can actually add a girl crying, and because no one likes losing, it really fits this theme. And whenever a battle starts, we can also have 02 dance for us to hype us up for a battle. And then whenever we level up, we can actually have Goku go Super Saiyan for us. You can also change your filters on the game to suit your needs, so please download Bluestacks 10, guys. It is an awesome feature. Baiken, guys. Today's video is all about Baiken. As you guys probably can already tell from the title of this video, Baiken is the best one-shotter for Banshee 13, barring like Strays. But as you guys probably know, Strays is a 5-star ML unit, so it makes it very hard to get him. Baiken is coming up in the Guilty Gear collab, probably in a triple banner with Elfelt and Dizzy, and I think she should be your top priority with your coins you get from the coin shop, because Baiken, in my opinion, is going to be the best unit you can get from the Guilty Gear collab, besides probably Aina, which is going to be the new unit coming out most likely. Now, Baiken is very nice because you actually don't need Rage Set from Azumnak on her to one-shot Banshee, so you can technically go from Wyvern straight to Banshee Hunt if you wanted to, if you have Baiken, because Baiken's gear requirements are super low for Banshee one-shots, so she doesn't need that Rage Set damage, and she also doesn't even need like crazy gear, as I'll show you later on in the video when I show you her stats. Now let me show you how she runs really quick in this Banshee team. And before, we get into the run, if you guys see the pop-up effects on your screen, that's not me editing in. It is the Bluestacks 10 emulator. Make sure you guys check that out. You guys just saw 02 pop up. It basically allows you to customize your game like a mod. It's very cool actually, and you can actually add effects for different events that happen in game. It makes the game a lot more enjoyable to play because, kind of switches it up a bit. But yeah, you'll see that on the first wave, Baiken doesn't do anything. She kind of just stands here. But you're going to see later on that she's going to one-shot the boss. And she has 2 turns to do it on the boss. As long as the defense break lands, the run is successful. And you're going to see that the run is very quick. And also what can happen is after... Actually, I'll tell you guys as it happens. But yeah, we have Vivian to damage here. And then Leo, hopefully defense breaks. Yep. And then we also get the extra attack. And then Charles will do enough damage to not split the boss. And then Baiken will S2, have a chance to stack bleeds, and then she'll S3 right after with the extra turn, and then she'll detonate the bleeds. So I don't need the detonation damage on this, but if for some chance you need to, for some reason you need the detonation damage, you can lower the gear requirements. And yeah, we have that cheering anime girl on our screen. Cheer me on after I win, thank you. But yeah, let's get into her stats. And actually, let me get into the stats of the supporting units as well, because that is also important. Because you have to keep in mind this is a team. It's not like Baiken can solo it. But yeah, let's start with the pretty much like on-geared units. So Vivian on very budget gear. She's just speed tuned to go before Leo does, so she can put up attack buff. She's holding the crit chance Midnight Bloom artifact, which you can get from the Book of Memories, and that makes it so that Baiken only needs 71% crit. Same with Charles. And then we have Leo to go after Vivian does, so that Vivian doesn't hit on a defense broken target, so that she doesn't, accidentally split the boss with too much damage, because you have to keep the boss above 60%. Then we have Charles, right? He's on a standard one-shot build. Honestly, you don't need Charles in this comp. You can just run Vivian as your attack buffer and as your wave 1 one-shotter if you put her on the exclusive equipment that increases her CR after she has 3s. She just needs better gear, which you can just get from Wyvern as well, because you can run her on speed set and crit set. So what you can do is you can pull for Vivian on this banner. You can also get Leo very easily, the 4-star ranger unit to defense break. And then you just run Baiken. So Baiken is actually going to be Moled, right? S2 and S3 for damage. Let me go over skills real quick. Her S3 is the detonate effect, like I said. That's the second attack. Also has a CR push, which I'll talk about later. And her S2 is going to be a single target attack with a 80% chance of inflicting 3 bleeding effects for 2 turns. And there's, 80% chance for each bleeding effect, and one of the bleeds will ignore effect resist, so it will basically always land. And you're going to see that her S1 is going to be another bleed, which is only really relevant in Ice Expo. So yeah, very, very good. You can see that these are her stats. You're also going to see that she is on 4 free-to-play pieces with the chest here, the necklace here, the ring here and the shoes, and like the shoes are terrible, right? Even the other pieces I just showed were pretty bad. This helmet's like okay, and then the rage set weapon is pretty decent, honestly, for newer players. But yeah, you'll see she's only on an attack set, which you get for free at the start of the game, and you don't even need rage set. Other one-shot units like Bologna, or Valen, Euphine, right? They actually need rage set. Even like Ram, which is a pretty good one-shotter, will probably need a rage set as well, unless you have super crazy gear. And honestly, you don't need rage set on any unit to one-shot, but if you don't have rage set, you need super crazy gear. With Baiken, you actually don't need rage set and you don't need good gear. As you saw with my gear here, it's pretty trash. Even the Awakening, she's only at 5-star Awakening because the last star doesn't give her damage. You're also going to see that, yeah, so like her attack is really high here, and you're probably wondering, well, that attack is very hard to attain. I can't reach that attack when I try to put that gear on other units. Keep in mind, Baiken is a thief, guys, so her base attack is very high, which means percent attack that she receives from her gear, whether it be sub stats or main stats, will scale very well, and it makes it so that her attack seems higher than it actually is. But yeah, very easy to get her to high attack, guys. Just aim for the stat line and you'll be able to kill the boss without any bleeds. And most players actually can rely on bleeds. Bleeds are very high chance to land, and it'll just lower your win rate if you rely on bleeds by like, 5 to 10%, but it's still a Banshee one-shot team. And by doing that, you can even lower the gear requirements of this even more, even though this is already pretty low. Just gotta throw her on Daydream Joker 30 and she's good to go. She'll start one-shotting Banshee for you. And the reason why Baiken's so good is because, yeah, she requires the least amount of gear, and it is one of the few units that will allow you to get into Banshee right away, right after Wyvern. You don't have to go from Wyvern to Raid to Azmac and then into Banshee. You can just go from Wyvern into Banshee because you can run Baiken on your free attack set, or even just like crit sets, and you can run your Vivian on speed set and crit set, and they are good to go, and your Leo can just be on, random speed set gear as long as he goes first. Yeah, so that makes it so early game players can actually get into PvP right away if that's what you're into, because Banshee sets drop what? Lifesteal, counter set, very good for PvP, and you can access those very easily with Baiken because, yeah, she lowers the gear requirements of her Banshee one-shot team by a lot. And that's not the only place she's good in. She's also very good in Ice Expedition. You can use her as a DPS. She has a lot of damage with her S2 and S3. She has that CR push with her S3 to, deal with the fatigue that the boss gives, and she has a lot of damage that will, reduce skill cooldowns when she crits with her S1, so she can, CR push even more. Makes her a very solid Ice Exp unit. You can even keep her on the exact same gear as your Banshee one-shot team, and she'll do very, very well in Ice Expo. She can also be used as a PvP unit, although not as used anymore, but she's a good CR pusher because you'll see that her S3 will actually increase CR. So you just open with S2, then you S3 and possibly one-shot a unit, and then you'll be able to CR push your team. If you pair with like a stripper like Peyra or like Cerise or like AOL, she will land the bleeds and then one-shot a unit for sure. Also very good against like RBs, SSBs, REMs for the same reason, because if you pair her with strip unit or even like an attack booster like AWATS, she'll be able to one-shot through those units. Like her S2 can kill an RB, he'll revive, and then with the attack buff still from AWATS, she can S3 and then kill the RB again. Very, very powerful PvP unit in that aspect as well. Just not used as much anymore because there's a lot of counters, but in Guild Wars offense, Arena offense, you'll be able to use her still. She's actually really fun to use, and I still use her sometimes in Guild Wars as well. She's super fun. Also, alongside Baiken being very good, if she's not in the triple banner, which I think she will be, but by small chance she's not, you'll be able to pull her with Torn Sleeve. Torn Sleeve, very insane artifact. It is very good for Wyvern only, really, but the reason why it's good is because you can slap this on any thief, which there are a lot of in Wyvern, like Alexa or Melee, and you have an extra debuff to actually up your win rate by, having more debuffs on the boss, make the boss do less damage, and even stacking more debuffs to have your Singer S3 do more damage as well. So all the more reason to make sure you pull for Baiken, guys. Very, very powerful unit. I think she is by far, the best Banshee one-shot in the game, and I think she's the best unit to pull for from the Guilty Gear collab. I think the best artifact will have to go to Elfelt's artifact, but unit-wise, Baiken is the best. I think Dizzy is only good in like early Abyss floors. You don't really use her anymore. And Elfelt, although good in Azmac and Katie's one-shot as a defense breaker, you can actually sub in Free Spiriteria for her, and they do the job, and she does the job just fine as well. So yeah, guys, make sure you guys pull for Baiken. She'll really lower your Banshee one-shot requirements. She's very good in Ice Expedition as well. And like I said, she's definitely the most worth it out of the Guilty Gear collab units, as well as having a pretty decent artifact if she happens to be on a single banner. That being said, guys, if you guys found this video helpful, make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe. It really helps my channel out a lot. And make sure you guys check out Bluestacks 10. Very insane mod for Epic 7. You can customize it. I did a very poor job of customizing it, honestly. But I know you guys are very creative out there. You guys can add some sick GIFs, and maybe you guys can even show us in our Discord, you know, what kind of uploads and modifications you've had to your game. That being said, guys, thanks for watching my video, and I'll see you guys next video or live stream. Peace.